Hi everyone, welcome to today's masterclass. I'm Vaishnavi. I'm a product marketing manager here at Bookee, and I have the privilege of interacting with studio owners almost on a daily basis. And today's masterclass is a bunch of learnings that I put together. And today we'll focus on how you can build a nurturing funnel that converts 50% of your leads to members. So today we're going to cover these following topics in the masterclass. We'll begin with the basics where you'll understand what nurturing is and why your studio even needs a nurturing sequence. We'll discuss some top strategies that successful studios use in building their nurture funnel. We'll also do a live setup where I'll help you build a winning nurturing funnel. We'll also take a look at some success stories from studios who've been doing a wonderful job in maintaining a nurture funnel and converting leads into members. At the end of the masterclass, I have a special handout for you, so make sure you stick around. Before we begin, I think it's very important for you to visualize the end result. So here's a sneak peek at what we will be achieving at the end of this masterclass. You will be building a nurture journey that looks like this. I know it looks like a lot of blocks, but it is very simple to do. And I'll walk you through each of these steps one by one. And what you just saw is you automating your business like a Lego set, and it is so easy to do. And we've built the most powerful marketing automation layer for fitness studios on the planet. It is the best marketing automation that you will see. And if you're new here, you'll have to meet Bookee, and all of what you saw is possible with Bookee. We are a marketing and ops automation for fitness studios, and we love what we do, and we ensure that every client interaction is delightful so that your studio can offer the world-class experience for your clients. And while we do all of that, we help you grow to become $1 million business. And we love seeing studios succeed. And Bookee is something that will help you in this journey to becoming $1 million studio. To become $1 million studio, you would need 4 fundamental pillars in place. And this is what Bookee does. It brings these 4 pillars together. That is your team, your operations layer, your client experience, and the marketing for your studio. Since we obsess over client experience, we've built Bookee backwards by focusing on client experience, upon which we've built a very robust marketing layer and an operations layer that will help you handle all of your studio ops seamlessly. And this is the toolkit that you will need to become $1 million studio, around 200 plus features and 7 unique products to make your studio successful. And if you're a multi-location studio, then this is the best tool for you. And we've seen this happen for fitness studios, and we've seen 43 Bookee studios making over $1 million a year, and their journey has been really great, and they know what they're doing, and they're using the right toolkit for it. And Bookee offers everything that they need to build that $1 million business. And all of these features are really powerful and help studios function seamlessly, almost as if they're running on autopilot. And our goal is to hit 100K studios and ensure that they turn into $1 million business. So if you're new around here and want to explore how you can do this, maybe you should give Bookee a try. This is not something that we just claim, but we see this happen for fitness studios out there. And Mallory, who runs a very successful yoga studio, ever since she started using Bookee, she says that customers show up at her classes and become paying members even without talking to her front desk. These are the kind of things that we love to do. And you can see that her nurture sequence is generally an 8-step process, which happens seamlessly without 0 clicks or intervention from her end. These are the kind of powerful and robust marketing automations that we love to build for studios. And we're making Bookee better with every day. It doesn't take much to become $1 million studio. It requires clever thinking. And most studio owners out there who are just starting out or have been in the business for some time think that this is an aspiration. It really is not if you have the right toolkit. And with Bookee, you have around 20 plus features and seven very, very robust products out there, which can even help you equal or even surpass the kind of marketing efforts that Orange Theory does. So let's get right into the masterclass. Let's begin with chapter one. Let's understand the basics. Even if you are new and planning to run a studio, or if you've already been doing that for a couple of years, let's focus on the basics and let's understand why your studio even needs a nurture funnel in the first place. The answer is quite simple. It is to build familiarity and trust with leads who show up at your studio. And as human beings in general, I think we need some reassurance. And to build trust, we need a sense of familiarity. And this is what you need to offer to your leads. As soon as they start showing interest in your studio and the kind of services that you offer. And this is the fundamental building block of nurturing a lead to becoming a member. And while studios know this, they think that the job is done with one email. But the reality is, one email doesn't cut it. Maybe even two or three doesn't cut it. So at this point, I'd like to pause and stop for you to reflect on how many touch points do you think it takes to nurture a lead to becoming a member? Just do some mental math here. I wait for a couple of seconds. Come up with a number of touch points that you think it takes for a lead to become familiar with your studio and enroll into a membership. Well, I hope you have a number in your head right now. And while you think that the first, second, or third, maybe even the fourth contact can help you get around 15% conversion rate from a lead to a member, it's really at the 5th to 12th touch point is when you start seeing big numbers. So during the 5th to 12th contact point is when you'll start seeing conversion rates like 80%. To turn maybes into members, you need to at least have a nurture funnel that has 5 or more, maybe even 10 touch points. And this is hygiene and basic. So let's put that number into perspective here. At least 10 touch points per lead, right? And now that you know that touch points are fundamental building blocks of a nurture sequence, let's understand what even nurture is and where does nurture sit in your leads journey. Let's start by understanding what a funnel is. A funnel is basically a journey that your client takes from learning about your studio, developing an interest in the kind of classes and services that you have to offer, and they consider attending a couple of classes with an intro pack or a trial, and they evaluate the services that you offer with studios in vicinity. And if they're satisfied with the kind of classes and expertise that you offer, they decide to take a membership. And once they decide to take a membership, it is your duty to retain and convert them into lifelong members. So where does nurture even fit here? The journey from awareness to member is where nurture comes into play. And it is very crucial that you actively take things into your hand and nurture your leads at these 4 points in their journey. And this is where you will start understanding where nurture fits into picture. So now that you have an idea, we can build a nurture funnel together. So if you haven't built one already, what's stopping you from nurturing your leads today? Maybe stop for a moment and reflect on this. Well, if you have an answer in your head, we did the same activity with all our studio owners out there, and we did a survey. And this is what they had to say. Most of them said that they don't understand nurture. Well, we've covered that step. You understand what nurture is and why it is really important. And the second reason that studio owners have is that they don't have the time to nurture. And some of them said they'll leave it for their team to do. While you understand how important nurturing is, the common misconception is that it takes a lot of effort and time to build a nurture funnel. Well, the reality is that's not the case. It's very easy to do and it doesn't really take time, and you can run that on autopilot. And that's what we're here today for. We're going to learn how to do this. So, while you saw the survey, we see a common pattern here. 8 out of 10 studios are not nurturing their leads enough. And the consequences are severe because you're losing out on potential revenue, which is stopping you from becoming $1 million business, right? So, before we solve the problem of nurture, now that you understand what it is, we need to start with understanding how many leads you get in a day, because these are the people you're going to turn into members. So I have some numbers here for you. So this is a breakdown of number of leads by studio size. So if you're a private studio, you should aim at seeing around 1 to 2 leads daily. If you're a small size studio, you should be targeting around 2 to 3 leads daily. Mid-size studios should generally see around 4 to 10 leads daily. Large size studios should see 10 to 20 leads daily. Now that you have an understanding of how many leads your studio might require, let's do some quick math here. Let's assume that it's a small studio and you're aiming at 2 leads daily. And this is for a period of 1 month, that is 30 days. So in a span of 1 month, you should be seeing at least 60 leads that you can nurture. So 60 leads, and we learned before that it takes at least 5 to 12 touch points to turn these leads into members. So let's narrow it down to 10 touch points. So 60 leads per month and 10 touch points, which includes 600 touch points. 600 calls, emails, and texts that you should need, your studio needs to be sending to all of these leads. And all of these need to be well timed, well crafted, and on brand for your studio. Yeah, this is really a lot. And at some point, it might even seem impossible to do. Well, I'm here to tell you that that is not the case. It's not impossible. The solution for this is building a nurturing automation, something that runs by itself once you've set it up, so that all of those 60 leads get consistent experience across their nurture journey. And it is very important that you automate this because doing this manually is impossible. And it's so easy to do. So we'll see how this can be done. So we break this journey down of nurturing a lead into 2 phases. First is where you turn your lead to look at an intro offer that your studio has. And the second part of the journey is to turn them from an intro offer to a member at your studio. So let's learn how you can build phase 1 in Bookee, right? So this is the lead nurture journey that I'm going to walk you through on how to build. But before that, let's understand the interface here. And it's very simple. Let me show you how it works. So I'm here logged into Bookee, and within the marketing layer of Bookee, there is a feature called Journeys, which helps you build these kind of funnels. Let me go ahead and start a new journey. So we have all of these cool templates here, or if you want to do it from scratch, you can do so. We recommend you using a template if you're not familiar, but if you have an idea of what your leads journey should look like, you can start building one from scratch. So let's do that today. So once you're in the canvas where you can build the journey, familiarize yourself with these 3 important components. The first block is called a rule block, which is a criteria based on which your lead enters into that journey. The second type of block that you can use is a communication block. It is so cool that Bookee offers multi-channel communication. You can connect with your leads whether through email, SMS, and push, which is really powerful because you reach out to them at the right time, on the right platforms, on the right channels. So it's pretty cool that we have these 3 communication channels, which none of the studio management softwares offer currently. And it takes a lot of effort to build this, and we're so happy that we offer this for studio owners. The third kind of block is an action block, which helps you act based on a certain path that a client has moved through in the journey. You can either choose to wait or tag them and put them into another journey. So it's very easy to do. It's just a drag and drop. And then you have connectors here. You can click on the plus icon here and you will see all of these nodes coming up. And you can just click on the kind of node you want to add and it gets added into the journey. And you can keep doing this as in how you visualize the journey in your head. You can keep populating this canvas and you can even edit each of these nodes here. You can give it a title of what you're thinking it should be. If it's an email node, it will look like this, where you can have a title here, a subject line, and you can pick from all of these email templates, or you can even build one from scratch. And even these rules and communication and action blocks have all of these edit features and a lot of criterias and parameters that you can play around with. But for now, let me keep it simple and not overwhelm you with the details. Once you're familiar with the product, you can play around. While we have a very easy to use journey builder, we also have the option for setting goals and exit criterias for the journey. This helps a lead who has accomplished a goal in the journey, that is maybe buying a membership or buying an intro pack, to seamlessly exit out of this particular journey. And if you choose to, you can put them into another journey. And goals will help you visualize and analyze how your journeys have been performing. So now that you're familiar with the interface, let's look at the journey that I built to nurture my lead. So like I mentioned at the very beginning of the masterclass, it's very important to build familiarity with the lead. This is what this particular journey focuses on. So someone signed up at my studio and I am giving them a warm welcome and trying to understand what they want from me. I have a wait block here for a day. And then I'm trying to build familiarity. So here I will pitch my intro offer. That is, I'm trying to make my first effort for a sale while I'm making them familiar with my facilities at the studio. Now, this will give them a sense of trust and credibility that, okay, this is what the studio looks like, this is what their facilities and amenities look like. And maybe they start considering taking a class at your studio. Then you check in with them after one day and you ask them if they found what they're looking for or do they need any help. You provide them resources. Wait for another day and check if they have at least visited the pricing page or bought an intro offer. If they have, then you start putting some more sales into their journey. And you maybe put them into an intro offer nurture sequence. Now, this rule block is pretty great because it helps you decide at your fourth touch point itself what you want to do here, whether you nurture them further or you've already acquired that lead. So this is a very important block that you can use to segment and maybe even tailor the kind of journeys that your leads take. So if someone has not visited the pricing page, so they probably need an extra nudge. So you ask them if they claim their offer and provide them a discount and try to push them to come up and show up for a class at your studio. If they still haven't acted, maybe you have to nurture them further, remind them about the intro offer discount that is there, and maybe even provide them resources that might help and maybe delight them. This is a very important part of the nurture process. So I have an email here which will remind them about their expiring intro offer, and I have a special surprise inside. This can be something like a playlist that will help them work out, or a podcast, which is very resourceful in terms of educative content about their fitness journey, the kind of fitness formats. So you need to ensure that these are also parts of your nurture journey. You wait for another 7 days and you check in again. And if they haven't decided yet, provide them more resources. It's important that you over-educate at this point because they're probably confused. And this is an important part of your nurture sequence. So here I ask them if they haven't decided yet, why is that the case, and provide them a workbook so that they can figure out what they want. And if even this hasn't worked, then I put them into a second round of nurture. And you can tailor this as per your needs. So once they've passed this block, I have tagged them into a second round of nurture, and I can use this tag to fill all of these leads into the next funnel that I think is appropriate for them. So this is a leak-proof nurture funnel, and as you can see, I have over 8 touch points here. And this is a very robust nurture funnel. This is what we recommend studios to use. You can tailor this to be on brand for your studio, and you can personalize it for the leads based on the criteria you think are important. All right, now let's get back to the masterclass now that you've seen the live setup. Now I want you to get into the rest of the masterclass and the next phase that we're going to work on with this mindset. You saw that it takes around 10 touch points, and it's a lot of consistent and deliberate effort. So think about it this way. Nurturing leads into members is like training a muscle. Steady effort builds something powerful. And this is the mindset that I want you to have while you're building a nurture funnel. So now, since we're talking about lead to member conversion rates, we saw that while 3, 4, 5 touch points can give you around 15 to 20% conversion rates, two important factors help boost these numbers up. And those numbers look like 50 to 60% conversion rate, which is really good and a must have for successful studios. And two important components help in that. They are trial packs and intro offers. We've seen that studios who offer trial packs and intro offers convert 8 out of 10 leads. That is because it builds a sense of familiarity and credibility to the kind of services they offer. So if you don't have these in place, make sure that trial packs and intro offers are a part of your nurture sequence to at least get leads to your studio and build a sense of familiarity with them. Now let's get into phase 2, where someone has shown interest in your studio and they have bought an intro pack. Now it's your journey from turning someone who's bought an intro pack into a member. So let's take a look at how we can build this. So let me go back here. I'll go to journeys here. And I'll show you how an intro offer journey looks like. Now, someone has purchased my intro offer and they have entered, that is the entry criteria for this particular nurture journey. So we congratulate them on buying their intro offer and then wait for a day and then see the number of visits that they have in the studio. And based on the number of visits, the kind of communication changes. And we congratulate them on attending their first class. If they didn't attend their first class, we nudge them further to come and try it out. And between 0 to 3 visits, you can do a check-in and reminding them to come to your studio again. And if it's between 3 to 5 visits, you offer a discount on a credit pack so that they are more likely to turn into members. And when they have tried over 5 classes with you, they like what they're seeing and they're loving it. So now maybe the nudge that they need is a little bit of discount so that they can buy that membership. So it's just cleverly incentivizing people to buy a membership at your studio. And this is pretty easy to do because we've built a template for you that you can use from, you don't have to build anything from scratch. You can just start using the template that we've built, or you can even tailor this to the kind of intro packs that your studio offers. And you can add nodes where you think you need to check in with the lead. So now that you've covered both the parts where you turn someone from a lead to buying your intro pack and someone who's bought your intro pack to buying a membership or a subscription at your studio, you've seen the whole funnel now. But things can be done differently, and you can turn journeys into your revenue engine. You can use it any way you like. And it's really important that you use this automation so that you're doing all of this on autopilot while nurturing leads and turning them into lifelong members. The setup is very easy. You can just revise it here. Just a couple of nodes connected together with logic as you visualize it in your head. The important tip that I want to give you here is to personalize your nurture sequence for your studio's brand. While you have a lot of great template libraries out there and you use it, it's great. But it's very important that you put a little bit of effort here and personalize the nurture sequence to reflect your studio's brand. This can be very small things like providing them tips and tricks or the kind of advice the experts at your studio have to provide. Maybe tailor their workout program. It's so important that you add that personal touch so that they know that they're important and you value them as clients. Apart from building all of this automation, it's also important for you to know what's working for you. So we've built journeys analytics for you, and this is going to get even better with time. But here's what you can do currently. You can see how your journey's been performing, how many leads have started the journey, how many are in progress, the kind of goals you've achieved with this journey, and if someone's exited from the journey, it'll give you stats of this, the number of leads that finish this journey. So you have all of this laid out for you here. And these analytics really help you stop and fine tune the journeys that you have built. And it is so cool that you can even drill down further to a very granular level and you can track individual client journeys. And here you can see it's on a date-wise, time-wise basis, which is really insightful because you know where it's not working so that you can go back, fix a few things, tweak them, fine-tune them so that your nurture funnel is robust. So this is the part I love to talk about. We've seen studios use this. This marketing automation is the kind of results that it gives is astounding. It's literally making money while you sleep. I'm not lying because each interaction is consistent and well timed and on brand for your studio that your leads actually end up becoming members. And we've just not seen studios doing this with nurture, but they're doing it in various different ways. And we love the kind of ideas that they've come up with. So here are a few success stories. We saw one of our studios follow up with inactive clients, like ghost clients who didn't show up for a couple of months. They provided them special discounts, and within a week, they saw over $2,400. And these are the kind of things that people have been using journeys for. Another favorite is where we saw a studio owner set up a sequence for getting more Google reviews, and she ensured she targeted clients who visited her studio for maybe 10 or more times because they're familiar with the services that she offers and the kind of expertise she has. And she did this really sweet thing where she said, if you leave a Google review, I'll help you bring a friend for the session for free. Or she gave them a special discount on their next class. So it was really a clever way to do it, and it was a win-win for both of them. And now she shows up in the top 3 results for her local Google search. And that is pretty cool because now her Google listings rating has improved so much, and she shows up when people are looking out for her studio. At this point, maybe I'll just stop and I'll let you think about this cool marketing automation feature that I showed you, Journeys. It helps you do multiple things. How much do you think this costs? And I want you to draw a reference to brands like BrandBot and Loyal Snap and Keep. With these 3 in mind, maybe you can narrow down to a number on how much Bookee Journey costs. Well, if you have a number in head, it should be looking something like this because BrandBot, while it provides only email, a single channel, their automations cost around $200 to begin with. Keep charges a very premium amount, which is $500. And if you choose multiple channels that not just email, but text and maybe push, it's going to cost you more. And not only this, they charge you an additional setup fee, which costs a bomb, which is $1,500. Well, with all of this in mind, now I know how the numbers that you're thinking. Well, Bookee Journey is free. I know it sounds crazy, but that's what it is. Bookee Journeys is free for the next 12 months for all Bookee partners on a premium plan. This is the best marketing automation feature out there for all fitness studios, maybe the best marketing automation feature on the planet for fitness studios out there. So if you're curious and you want to try it, go ahead, sign up, give it a whirl. And if you're already using Bookee, this you should upgrade to premium because this is really astounding, the kind of things that it can do. I myself set up a few sequences a couple of days before the masterclass, and it's so intuitive and easy to use, and it is so robust. And it even shows me how the journeys is performing because it's very important for me to understand the kind of process that my lead is following while they're trying to become members so that I catch them and they don't slip away. So go ahead, give Journeys a try if you're interested. And if you are already a Bookee partner, maybe upgrade to the premium plan to explore what this cool feature does. And if you are interested to know more, you can talk to our product coach today. All you have to do is just message Journeys to this number, or you can even email our support team and they'll ensure they get back to you very quickly. If you're an existing Bookee powered studio, you can just chat with our product coach on chat and you will get all the details that you need. I hope this masterclass was useful in at least fundamentals of understanding what a nurture funnel is, how you can do it, and also very important that you realize the power of automation and how it will help you save maybe even 14 hours a week without doing all of this manually. So we've come up with a series of masterclasses that we're going to do. We're going to help you build journeys for retention, for re-engaging disengaged clients, bringing back ghost clients, and clever things like getting more Google reviews for your business. We're going to do a bunch of cool things. So make sure you stay tuned in. And maybe check your socials or pop into the Bookee website to see all the cool, exciting masterclasses that we have coming up. This is just a glimpse of the kind of journeys that you can build for purchases, membership renewals, upsells, loyalty programs, and even celebrating milestones for clients who have been loyal members at your studio. And if you have any suggestions or requests on the kind of journeys that you want for your studio, make sure you drop it on feedback or on support, and we'll ensure we have templates for those so that you don't have to do things from scratch. And that's it for today's masterclass. I hope it was informative and now you're equipped enough to build a nurture funnel for your studio. And we hope that you see great results because the journey to becoming $1 million studio starts with automation, and you should be using that effectively and optimally. So good luck with everything. And if you have any questions, reach out to support and we'll get back to you. Thanks for attending today's masterclass. Have a great day ahead.